Hello everybody, welcome to my next movie review, and as you can of course obviously see, this next movie review is going to be based on the J.K. Rowling book, the movie Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This is of course the book cover for the actual book that the movie is based on, and this is actually book and movie number 5 in the series. As you guys should know, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 was just recently released in the movie theaters. As I mentioned previously in an earlier Harry Potter movie review that I did, I'm working my way up to said movie, so that way, you know, when I go see Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 in the theaters in the near future, you know, I will have worked you all up to that movie review itself. And I guarantee you I will definitely be doing a movie review of the 7th Harry Potter movie very, very soon. Of course, after I see it in the theater. And now as far as Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix movie, it of course was released in 2007 and it was directed by David Yates. Of course, on the book, the picture here. And as I mentioned before, it's the 5th book in the series. Of course, it starts with Harry going into his 5th year at Hogwarts. And what's happened, of course, and I didn't get to mention this in the last movie review, but at the end of year 4, at the Triwizard Tournament, something happens to where Lord Voldemort comes back. Well, of course, you know, nobody in the Ministry of Magic believes that Voldemort has returned. So what happens is bureaucrat Dolores Umbridge shows up as a teacher at the magical school. Of course, the film stars Daniel Radcliffe as Harry, with Rupert Grint and Emma Watson playing Harry's best friends Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger. Imelda Stanton plays Dolores Umbridge. Gary Oldman, of course, plays, you know, Sirius Black, Harry's godfather and escaped felon. And Michael Gambon as Dumbledore. Ralph Fiennes, Helena Bonham Carter as Sirius Black's crazy cousin. And, you know, this is actually released by Warner Brothers. And what of course happens at the beginning of this movie, Harry Potter is out in a nearby city or countryside with his cousin Dudley Dursley, and Dudley and Harry are attacked by Dementors, and Harry has to drive the Dementors away by doing a Patronus charm. Of course, the Ministry of Magic finds out that, you know, Harry's done the Patronus charm and initially expels Harry from Hogwarts, but then Harry ends up actually with a trial later on in the summer. Harry gets woke up by the arrival of a number of wizards who escort Harry to the headquarters of the Order of the Phoenix, a secret organization that Dumbledore himself founded. Members include former teachers such as Remus Lupin and Alistair Mad-Eye Movie, then Nymphadora Tonks, Ministry colleagues Arthur Weasley, Kingsley Shacklebolt, and of course Harry's godfather, Sirius Black. Harry learns that, of course, under the Ministry influence, the Daily Prophet, the Wizards newspaper, has launched a campaign against anyone who claims that Lord Voldemort has returned. Sirius also says that Voldemort is after a weapon, a sort of something he didn't have last time. And, of course, you know, when Dumbledore, you know, starts school up, he welcomes Dolores Umbridge as the new defensive dark arts teacher. And, you know, she's appointed by Cornelius Fudge, the Minister of Magic. Of course, Dolores Umbridge doesn't like any students talking back to her, so at one point during class, when Harry tries to say that Voldemort's returned, Dolores gives Harry detention and makes Harry write lines that says, "I must not tell lies," with a pen that writes the words, "I must not tell lies," in blood, Harry's blood. And, Bellatrix Lestrange, who's played by Helena Bonham Carter, has escaped from Azkaban with 9 other Death Eaters who escape and are trying to find a way into Hogwarts. Of course, at Hogwarts, Umbridge, Filch, the caretaker, and Umbridge's inquisitorial squad find out about Dumbledore's army that Harry and Ron and Hermione start to help train some of the actual, students in actual real, fighting. And, of course, what also transpires is, Umbridge is, of course, very prejudicial towards half-breeds, with, like, example, Hagrid being half human, half giant. And, Hagrid, of course, is scared to death that Umbridge will fire him because of Umbridge's prejudice towards the half-breeds. And what happens is Hagrid takes Ron, Harry, and Hermione out into the woods and shows Harry, Ron, and Hermione Grop, who's Hagrid's half-brother. And Hagrid asks Harry, Ron, and Hermione to take care of Grop if something happens to Hagrid. Of course, what ends up happening is, of course, the Weasley twins, end up, causing trouble and disrupting the owl exams that Harry, Ron, and Hermione are trying to take, with Dolores Umbridge watching, of course, over them. And during the movie, of course, Umbridge has just gone completely, bonkers, and has taken over the whole school with, like, rules and regulations, like you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't go here, and it's very, very extremely restrictive on, like, what you can and cannot do. And, of course, what happens is, Harry also has a dream of Sirius being tortured by Voldemort within the Department of Mysteries. And, of course, Harry, Ron, and Hermione rush to get to Sirius, but Umbridge catches them, and when Umbridge begins to interrogate Harry, Umbridge slaps him across the face when he claims that he was not trying to reach Dumbledore. When Umbridge threatens to use the Cruciatus curse to get information out of him, Hermione deceives Umbridge into entering the Forbidden Forest along with Harry and her in search of a weapon, leading her to the hiding place of Grop, only to find Grop missing. Senators who have their own issues with the Ministry emerge and carry Umbridge into the darkness after she attacks them. Umbridge screams for Harry to tell the Senators that she means them no harm, but Harry tells her that by her own instruction, Harry can't tell lies. Harry, Ron, Hermione, Luna Lovegood, Neville Longbottom, and Ginny Weasley all fly to the Ministry on Thestrals to save Sirius. Of course, it goes on from there, and, with everything said and done, this actually is a pretty good movie. And, I mean, it'll keep your attention the whole time. The movie itself is 138 minutes long, and it is actually also rated PG-13 because there is some very mild violence in it, and it can be quite scary in different places, especially for, like, some of the younger audience, if they're, frightened easy. I do highly recommend this movie, and recommend that you watch it if you get a chance on DVD or Blu-ray. And thank you for watching, and I did want to invite you all to keep an eye out for my next movie reviews of some other Harry Potter movies and then some other movies as well. And keep an eye out for my Harry Potter review of Deathly Hallows part 1 and part 2 when they come out. Thank you. Have a good day.